There's something about turning 40 that just hits different. For me, it was the realization that the retirement finish line is no longer a speck on the horizon. It's a very real date on the calendar. And honestly, it freaked me out a little. So I spent the last 30 days going from freaked out to figured out. I built a plan, and I'm laying it all out for you today. This is my step-by-step playbook for how I'm going to save 6 times my salary by 50 using the straightforward 50-30-20 budget. This is the real-world plan I'm actually using, starting right now. Number 1, the why and the big goal. Look, why am I putting this all out there? Because I know for a fact I'm not the only one feeling this. Hitting 40 is a weird milestone, right? You're probably making more money than ever, but you've also got more life happening than ever. It's the perfect storm of I should get serious and I'm completely overwhelmed. I'm not a financial advisor, just a guy on the journey with you, and I figure the best thing I can do is just be transparent. My only credential here is that I'm actually doing this stuff, and I'll show you what works and what doesn't. So, the big goal? By the time I'm 50, I want to have 6 times my annual salary saved up for retirement. Financial experts say this is a key benchmark. It's a big, hairy, audacious goal for sure, but hitting it means that compounding interest really gets to work its magic. It turns saving for retirement from a vague wish into a 10-year mission. Number 2, Step 1, the 50-30-20 budget blueprint. So where does the money for a goal that big even come from? It all starts with a budget. I'm using the 50-30-20 rule because it's simple and it works. It breaks down my after-tax pay into 3 buckets. First, 50% goes to needs. These are the have-to-haves: my mortgage, utilities, groceries, car insurance, the non-negotiables. This is also where minimum debt payments live. The real trick here is being honest about what's a need versus a want. That 4th streaming service? Nope. That daily fancy coffee? Definitely not a need. Capping this at 50% keeps the lights on without sucking my entire paycheck dry. Next up, 30% is for wants. This is the fun stuff: dinners out, hobbies, vacations, random Amazon purchases. This bucket is key because a budget that's all work and no play is one you'll quit. This gives me permission to enjoy my life, guilt-free, because I know the important stuff is handled. And that brings us to the most important part, the last 20%. This is for savings and paying down debt aggressively. This is the engine of the whole plan. I've got it automated so it's gone before I even miss it. That 20% is my wealth-building machine. Step 2, eliminating high-interest debt. Before I can really get that 20% working for me, I have to tackle the biggest roadblock to building wealth: high-interest debt. I'm talking about credit cards. Trying to invest while carrying credit card debt is like trying to run up a down escalator. You're working so hard just to stand still. That interest is working against you just as powerfully as it could be working for you. So, my first mission for that 20% bucket is to wipe out any debt with an interest rate over, say, 7% or 8%. You've probably heard of the 2 main ways to do this: the snowball and the avalanche. The debt snowball is all about motivation. You pay off your smallest debts first to get quick wins, then roll those payments into the next smallest debt. It feels great. The debt avalanche is pure math. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first. This saves you the most money in the long run, even if it feels a little slower at the start. I'm going with the avalanche method. Time is money, and I want to destroy the most mathematically damaging debt first. Right now, a big chunk of my 20% is a fire hose aimed right at that debt. Once it's gone, that whole 20% gets rerouted straight into investments. Step 3, automating the wealth machine. This part is the key to making it all work without driving myself crazy. I automate everything. I make my savings happen without me. That 20%, it's automatically transferred on payday. I never even have to think about it. First stop is my company's 401k. Rule number 1 is simple: contribute enough to get the full employer match. Anything less is literally throwing away free money, an instant 100% return.
For 2026, the employee contribution limit for a 401k is $24,500. I'm not there yet, but I've turned on Auto Escalate, which bumps my contribution by 1% every year. I barely feel it, but over a decade, it's a game changer. After the match, my savings go to a Roth IRA. This gives me some investment options outside of work. The 2026 contribution limit for that is $7,500. I have a set amount automatically pulled from my checking account every month for that, too. The whole philosophy is just pay yourself first and put it on autopilot. It removes willpower from the equation and guarantees I'm hitting my goals.
Number 5, my investment philosophy. Keeping it simple. So what am I actually investing this money in? Quick disclaimer, I am not a financial pro, and you should definitely talk to one for your own specific situation. But for me, I like to keep it simple. With 20 to 25 years until I'll need this money, my portfolio can be pretty growth-focused. I don't try to pick winning stocks. I'm not that smart or that lucky. Instead, I stick to low-cost, broad-market index funds and ETFs. Basically, I own a tiny piece of hundreds of different companies. This spreads my risk way out. If one company tanks, it doesn't take my whole portfolio down with it. If that sounds like too much work, target date funds are an amazing option. You just pick one with a year close to when you think you'll retire, like a Target Date 2050 fund. They handle all the diversification and automatically get more conservative as you get older. It's the definition of set it and forget it. My personal mix is about 80% in stocks and 20% in bonds right now, and I'll slowly shift that as I get older. The goal isn't to be a stock market genius, it's just to be consistent, stay diversified, and let time do its thing.
Number 6, building a moat, the emergency fund. Life happens. A job loss, a surprise medical bill, a leaky roof. These are the things that can totally blow up a retirement plan, forcing you to sell investments at the worst possible time. That's why the absolute foundation of my plan is an emergency fund. This is just cash, sitting separately from all my investments, ready to cover 3 to 6 months of my essential living expenses. That 50% needs number we talked about times 6. This money isn't for growing, it's insurance. I keep it in a high-yield savings account so it's safe and easy to get to. It's my financial firewall. Honestly, knowing that safety net is there is what gives me the confidence to invest for the long haul. I know a short-term crisis won't wreck my long-term goals. I made sure this was fully funded before I got serious about anything else.
So that's the plan. Turning 40 wasn't a crisis, it was a wake-up call. It made me switch from just hoping for the best to actually planning for it. My plan isn't about some secret formula or crazy risks. It all boils down to a few key things. First, I set a clear goal, 6 times my salary by 50. Second, I created a system to fund it, the 50-30-20 budget. Third, I'm attacking the enemy of wealth, high-interest debt. And fourth, I've automated my investment strategy to run on its own. This isn't a get-rich-quick thing. It's a get-wealthy-slowly plan, and it's built on consistency. And it's important to remember the bigger picture. For someone my age, born in 1986, full retirement age for Social Security is 67, so this 10-year push is just the first leg of a longer race. If you're 35, 40, or 45, and you're feeling that same pit in your stomach I was, just know it is not too late. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. A clear plan is the best cure for financial anxiety. I'm going to be sharing this whole journey, the good and the bad, right here. So if you want to follow along, make sure to subscribe. And I really want to hear from you. What's your biggest money goal or your biggest worry? Drop it in the comments. Let's figure this out together. Thanks for watching.